Hello there, my beauties. It's Aunt Thee, Twin Love, and I'm here with your energy update. Apologies, it's a bit late. I wanted to come on Friday actually, but I couldn't, so I didn't. But I really wanted to come forward. There's a lot to kind of get through actually, guys, and a lot is happening. And it's because of this, like the new moon energies, and now coming towards now the next super moon, which is going to be on the 31st of October, the blue moon. So it's really like things have just taken off, like especially for me in this last couple of weeks. So yeah, been lots of movement and a lot of really significant dreams as well that have been happening. So before I get started, I just want to say thank you to all of those who have booked in with me for the tarot course that I've been now offering. There is 2 more slots available, and on the basis that we start next week. After that, I won't be taking any more. They are offered as a 6-week course for €111. I won't be doing any courses at all throughout December, which is why we've only got 2 slots left available for next week to start for completion for December, and then I'll be starting back up 6-week course, 1 hour each session over WhatsApp video or however, Facebook Messenger video, doesn't matter as long as we can connect. Or if you're local, obviously we sort things out over in my house. And when it goes up in January, it's going to go up to €144 for a 6-week course from then on. So it's the last chance in the next couple of days to get in. Either Tuesdays or Wednesdays are the only available days left to start. And other than that, it will be going up. So if you want it, now's the time to grab it. If not, don't worry, and we can recap in the new year. So, but yeah, thank you to everyone though who's stepped forward, especially with their readings at this time. And I hope, let me know how they unfold and how you get on and everything, guys. And of course, guidance sessions are always available as well to be booked in for. That sounded very much like a newsreader, didn't it? Now that I've got that spiel out of the way. Right, guys, so just need to touch on the energies, and I've got to update you of what has happened on my journey since I last came forward. So if you recap in the last energy update, it was all about the moving on situation, wasn't it? And how it was imperative at this time that we are being nudged into a new direction, and it's all for a reason. It's all kind of like necessary to come out of that waiting game space and to just live your lives and to go forward, with options that are coming towards you, and to basically enabling yourself to love and be loved, to experience some new energies, to understand what the lessons are behind these situations coming in. And it was always everyone's own personal choice. No one had to do it. It was always whether you were guided to follow that or not. But there was a distinctive reason behind it. And this was always to understand that life was for living. It was about moving forward and having your own happiness and understanding and achievement of what it is you're setting out to get. If you wanted to have fun, have fun. If you wanted to let this twin flame journey, for some of you just needed to let it go and just get on with your life without that constant waiting. They've got their lives to live, we've got our lives to live. It was all necessary. So since that happened, very briefly, I'm just going to nutshell my turn of events. The harvest moon happened, right? The first super moon of October. And that weekend, my twin came down very spontaneously out of the blue. And meanwhile, I had actually had myself set up a date, and I was going out with this new person in my life. And we had a lovely time together that weekend. But lo and behold, I did the energy update for you guys. Well, that evening, my twin messaged me. His girlfriend had gone back to Madrid, and he asked me if I wanted to meet up with him for a drink and a chat. And I said, no, thank you. I had my reasons. It's not that I didn't want to, but it felt like enough is enough. I'm not going to just go running every time he wants me to. This isn't okay anymore. Things, dynamics, situations, our cycle has needed to change for a very long time. I have done my best, as you all know, throughout my journey, to be understanding and accommodate where he's at and understand what he's going through. But I've had to withdraw. I felt that I needed to withdraw. So I said, no, thank you very much. I also told him that, I am now dating other people and everything, and that was that. And he wished me well and everything, and that was fine. Lo and behold, what I didn't realise, I actually had also been invited to go away for the weekend to our special place that I've mentioned before, which is an area in Spain, for the weekend, the following weekend, with his sister and friends. And everyone was sort of coupled up, if you like. And me and this guy that I was dating, we decided it would be nice to go away as well and to have that. But in the meantime, I actually had another guy that I've known for quite a while, that there's always been this banter and this flirtation happening. Well, it's sort of like interlinked, more options were coming towards me. And this is someone that already knows all of my friends anyway. And, we got talking, we got flirting, we had drinks together, and we established that we liked each other. And I was weighing up pros and cons, kind of playing the field, if you like, and just seeing, what I was more drawn to. And it turned out I was more drawn to this guy instead of the other one. God, it was a busy week. But no, I was having fun, and I was determined to have fun. I was like, it's time, I'm not afraid to now have fun and live a human life. I deserve to be in that space. So anyway, me and the other guy now, I had a dream that we were going on a journey and he was driving the car, and he was insisting that we go on this journey, but there was tornadoes that were coming towards us. And I was trying to hide from these tornadoes. He was like, no, we're going. It's okay. Everything will be fine. We've got to go. And then lo and behold, it turned out that me and him ended up going away for the weekend to that place. And it was just how it was supposed to be. Well, when I first got there, he was going to follow up a few hours later. I went ahead of him, went into the hotel room, and the code number for my door was 4444. I mean, really. I was like, okay, that's interesting. Now, I was told during the week that my twin would be there as well, but I was told that he was going to be there on his own. Well, when I had the key to that apartment that I was staying in left on my bed, the keychain had Fatima's hand on the keychain with the eye, the protective eye. And I thought to myself, as soon as I saw that and the code number, I thought, his girlfriend is going to be here. Undoubtedly so. This is for my protection, and I know it. Well, what also happened during that week was I was told by my twin sister that their relationship, my twin and his girlfriend, is somewhat tumultuous at this moment in time. And I didn't know that any of this was happening, but it turns out that my twin, when he has been drinking, he has started to open up about his true feelings about me to his girlfriend, which has caused a lot of arguments. And she's at that point now where she's reaching her tether. And he's also showed her all the messages that have taken place between me and him. And, even to the point of him saying about, still having me and him be a possibility in life and having children, etc. So she's seen it all. She's seen all the messages between us, and she feels very somewhat betrayed. Rightfully so, she would do. And she's reaching that point where she doesn't, she's now regretting moving in with him. So a lot has come out in that time. But with my twin towards me, none of that has, been demonstrated. I have not known that from him. I found that out through his sister. So obviously when I got there and I saw that on the bed, I just thought, right, well, this is for the fact that she's going to be here and I'm going to have to confront this. So I get there, I get to the place where everyone was, I turn up on my own. And as I'm walking into the place, I didn't see anyone. I had to go and look for them. and I literally bump into my twin. Literally, we bumped into each other. And it was like, oh, okay, right, there it is. And I also knew that this guy was going to be meeting me as well. He didn't know about that. We had an exchange. I get to the table where everyone was, and there is his girlfriend sitting there, which I knew instinctively she would be. So, of course, we have that chat. Hello, bit awkward to start with, but it turned out throughout the day, me and her were literally left on our own at the table. Everyone had just suddenly disappeared, and it was just me and her. And there it was the confrontation. And straight away she turned to me and she said that she didn't have a problem with me. She knows that I'm a good person. She also knows that my twin and I, we do love each other. And she says, and I don't have a problem with the fact that you've been friends for a long time. She says, but what I do have a problem with is him messaging you, saying these things to you. It's very disrespectful to me, which I totally agree with. But she also said that me and him are toxic, which was an interesting choice of words for her to say. And she also said that, he shouldn't message me things like that when he doesn't mean them. So she needed to put her little sting in there somewhere, which was fine. I understood why she would do that and why she would say that. And I had to come from a place of compassion and understanding of what she was dealing with. But I gave her a cuddle and I said to her, I changed things around and I did say, look, at the end of the day, you've got to trust what you feel. I'm not going to tell you and sit here and say what it is you shouldn't do. I said, but if you feel that you need to fight for him, then fight for him. If you feel that you need to let it go, then let it go. Ultimately, it's your life and you've got to do what's right for you. I'm not here to interfere. I'm here to move on with my life. I'm here to be happy. And I've already told Rich and given him my blessing that this is what you need in your life. And if this is your path, I will love you through that. So we've already had that conversation. So it turned out to be a lovely conversation anyway. And just after that happened, lo and behold, this new guy comes in to then spend the weekend with me. He turns up. So it was all kind of timely. And lo and behold, my twin, he did not like it one bit and has been very aloof ever since, which is fine. I understand, but it did orchestrate, like everything happened as I saw it before when I did the energy update, and it did actually pan out with all of this, happening in real life. And I just thought, well, I felt instinctively this was always going to be the case. I always knew this was what it was going to come to, and I had to trust that. Well, since then, guys, I've been having a lot of dreams about elevation and climbing up steps, and it was all about going up these steps, up and up and up. And I was given that I had to go to door number 42 in my dream. So when I looked up number 42, it was all about the meaning of life. It was a very significant number. Please look it up, guys, okay? Because this will be significant for you too. So 42 was very, very interesting. And I was then guided to go to the I Ching, which I would like to read to you before I get to the cards of what's to come about the energy of number 42. With the I Ching, I also dreamt as well last night of a Chinese red dragon that was slaying heads off energies that weren't very good. And as we know, the Chinese red dragon is all about very good fortune and good luck. And I do feel that all of these like outside influences that are there acting as interferences within the connection, darker energies that are trying to creep in here, we are being protected. We are being completely protected throughout these darker energies that are trying to sabotage. But also, guys, the dark energies aren't just the outside influences. Dark energies are coming up within our divine masculines too. Okay, and that would be also part of us because we have that within us. Okay, so these are the darkness is coming up to the surface, but we have got the energy to overcome these situations. But our divine masculines are within themselves going through a lot of inner turmoil. Okay, that is genuinely happening. I also had my twin sit next to me because I was going into a film. Too much to explain, but anyway. My twin was also sitting next to me, but he was a younger version of himself. And I do see that a lot of the inner child wounding is coming up now within them that they are going through. But at the same time, we are climbing up steps, which means we are ascending. We are going upwards. We are achieving now, okay? So number 42 is called increase in the I Ching, and it says we are being helped, therefore we should keep our heart steady and free of desire as well. Okay, it's very important that we let the desire of the situation go, and we have to keep on moving on. Okay, I'm not going to read it all, but I'm just going to pick out the important things here. It does say that increase means that we are now in a time of powerful movement towards improvement. We are being helped by the higher power. Okay. Now, we are reminded that time of increase does not endure, and we must therefore keep our attitude steady in going forward and strong in inner independence. During the time of increase, we are able to influence others, provided our attitude remains correct. We utilize this time when we renew our humility, remain conscientious, and keep going on. We have got to sacrifice on the part of those above, yields benefits to those below. What that is basically saying, guys, is that we have got to sacrifice, giving up, like we've got to give up being intolerant of their growth. We have to stop trying to measure their growth, okay, and measure their progress impatiently. No, we've got to give that up. The sage, the higher power, the universe, they know what they're doing, and we've got to carry on living our lives with love in our hearts and compassion in our hearts of their journey, and to love them unconditionally throughout these times. Let go of the grievances, it says here. Okay, so it says here, although rescuing them means that we let them go their way, right? That's what they're saying. Although rescuing them means that we let them go on their way. We continue to hold an open mind and sacrifice any temptation to execute them mentally as hopeless. To help others, we must sacrifice any feelings of alienation or grievances, however badly they behave. During such times, we need to remember how far along our path we could have come without the help, fidelity, and open mind of the sage. Remember how they helped us. Right? When everyone was like, nah, they're never going to change. They're never going to do this. They're never going to do that. You know what? We had to learn our lessons. We had to grow, and we did change. We wanted to become better versions of ourselves. We went through that, and the higher power helped us through these times. So this is what they're saying. Give up that notion that it's never going to happen with them. Of course it's going to happen. Give up that they're hopeless, that they can't learn their lessons, that they're this, they're that. No, they're not. They are more than capable, just as you were, right? And this is what they're saying. It's time of increase. This is happening, right? But we've just got to keep on keeping on. We've just got to keep on living our lives that we know we want, okay? So it was really, really strong, these messages that came through, and it's all a part of Ascension right now, and it's very, very important that we have to remain in a very good attitude and a correct attitude, okay? So on that note, this now brings me to future events that are coming up, and what we got, the first card was sacrifice. That's exactly what was just mentioned. It's about letting things go, it's surrender, okay, and keeping on. Giving up that notion that it's, never going to happen, they're never going to ascend, they're never going to grow, they're this and that. No, of course they are, right? So give that up. Secondly, it's about standing in that surrender of allowing it to happen in its own pace, in its own time, in its own way, because it will, okay? And that follows with material harvest. Now, a lot of us will be coming into a lot of abundant times, guys, and that is to do with everything with our work and our finances, okay? And firm foundation. We have set the bar. We know what we want. We are coming into achievement, all right? And trusting also within our connection that our foundation has been built and is strong enough to achieve anything. Everything is divinely orchestrated, as you know. Look at my last couple of weeks, what's happened. All of that was orchestrated. It needed to happen exactly as it needed to happen, right? But we know the foundation that we've built already, and we've got to believe that nothing's going to crumble, that we've got enough now that we're going to start reaping our rewards, material harvest, okay? This is what's coming towards us, right? Then we've got triumph, followed with conflict and defeat and spiritual union. Now we are winning. This is what triumph is. We are actually on the right path to achievement here. And the reason why conflict and defeat is here with the spiritual union, this is our counterparts, guys, that are now going within and having that inner turmoil, like I said. This is where they feel defeated. Why? Because they've finally seen that we are moving on. We have surrendered. We have let go of this connection, right? But letting go means that we still have to carry that love in our hearts. We've still got to be very mindful of just how much love wins in our lives. And everything is necessary that needs to happen, right? No matter what their circumstances and what yours is, be true to yourselves, all right? But yeah, we are winning. They are now starting to feel that disconnect. They feel that they have been defeated. They feel conflicted within themselves. And that's why we've got triumph. But also the spiritual union. This is also incoming. This is where they want to get to. This is what that is their truth, right? Within their own hearts here. And that's what leads me to the next card, truth. This is what will be coming out. They will be acknowledging their truth. And this is what I want to see with my connected one. I want to see that now. I want to see them come to their truth. I want to see them admitting their real truth to themselves. Why are you staying in this place when you've got to trust what is in your heart? But seeing us moving on is what is helping them acknowledge their truth. And that's exactly what is coming here, guys. All right. And that's what leads us to the temptation card. This is the devil. This is where that dark energy comes in, right? Like what was in my dream with the dragon. The dragon is slaying this, getting rid actually of the inner demons that are coming to the surface. But look, we've got authority with it. We are taking the lead. We are not scared of this energy. Because by moving on and living our lives the way that we need to live them, and allowing ourselves that freedom and that understanding that we need to also live, we also need to have fun, we also need to have relationships if we want them, move forward, but we're also knowing our truth even more so ourselves. We are also acknowledging our truth. No matter who they bring into our lives, we still know our truth. And it's about acknowledging that, but also taking control, authority. It's taking that lead. And understanding that, yes, we have been bought in options, absolutely fine with that. We're not going to turn things down anymore. We're going to grab opportunities if we want to, but we're also going to recognise what is really in our hearts and be true to ourselves. And in that way, as we're true to ourselves, we can also be true to our opportunities that are coming in. We can lay down our foundations, right? Set the bar, take control. So that no one comes out of this hurt, but we've all got an understanding of what this is about in our lives and trusting the process of why we are being nudged to do this in the first place, but also understanding that no matter what, we also know that our connection is never going to be the same with anyone else. So ultimately, we have choices. We can say, right, I know that I'm never going to have the same connection with anyone, but I also know I actually like this person. I'd like to explore more. I want to go there. I want to see where it takes me. I'm going to live without any expectation on a future event because I will know what I'll need to do at the time I'll need to do it. Okay. So that was just, for me, so spot on, these cards, and it kind of flows more so from the last energy update. Go over it again and recap what was said, because this is what is needed to happen in real life. playing out, okay? Then I was really pulled to do the tarot, okay, for the Divine Feminine. So this is the Seven of Cups. This is the options. Look how many options we've got coming in. We've got choices, emotional choices. We want to get with someone, go out dating, go for it. We want a boyfriend, go for it. We want to have, a bit of fun, go for it, okay? But you've got to just know that it's okay to have these choices and to live, okay? It's okay to have these opportunities come in. They're there. They're there for the taking. If you want it, go for it. If you don't, don't. Your choice. But I'm telling you it's okay. All right? And then that follows with the Five of Cups. This is where it's kind of like emotionally despondent. It's going within. It's reflecting over the past. Especially with our two cups sitting behind us. We know that that's the real connection. And other choices are around us and they're spilling over. Because we know instinctively our truth, right? We know. So yeah, we feel a bit like emotionally like, oh, do I want to do this? Do I not? Should I go for it? Should I not? But that's okay. This is an energy that's coming up for us all. Let's sit with it. Let's see where it takes us. Let's see how we feel. Okay? Let's see what happens with it. And then it follows with the Justice card. Big decisions. Major Arcana. This is like, look, this is all about relationships. This is about the balance. Okay? This is about weighing up the pros and cons. Do I, don't I? Do I, don't I? But coming to that decision in a very balanced way. That's because where we're coming to our authority, we're taking the lead. We're understanding who we are more so. What do we want to gain from this? What are we doing this for? Is it for us? Is it for them? Is it because we're pulled to? Is it because we're not? Ask yourself the questions. You'll have the answers within you. But this is where we're coming to justice. We're actually going to get justice from these situations. Okay? And then over the masculine energy, we've got the Nine of Swords. There it is, conflict and defeat. Sleepless nights, anxiety, worry, wonderment, anxious about the future. What's going on? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling so deflated, so anxious? Where's my direction? There's no clear direction now within them because they felt us moving away. They've seen us moving on. We're detaching. They're getting scared. Okay? And then we've got the Ace of Swords. That's their clarity, their aha moments. Their understanding, their new perspective. And understanding and seeing things now in a different way and coming to their truth. Because that's what the Ace of Swords does. It represents truth. Right? And that's where it leads them to. The Catalyst, the Tower. They're now seeing that their whole world now is suddenly changed. Because they took us for granted. They always knew that we would be there. But now that they've physically seen us, moving forward towards these options and going through our own understanding and mental state and coming into our own truth, what they're now seeing is like in the real world, they're thinking, oh my God, this is really it. This is really happening. How do I feel now? How do I feel now? And that's their truth, right? So for both of us, we're coming to our truth. And this is why we've got the triumph. This is why we've got to trust everything that has been divinely orchestrated for us on this journey. Okay? And then we've got the moon that jumped out. So interesting that the moon card came because everything happened around the harvest moon. We've now got a new another super moon coming towards us. We've just had the new moon on Friday. So we've got the super moon now again, 31st of October. And where is it in? It's in Scorpio. It's a blue moon. It's a humdinger for completion. This is like the death card. This is death, rebirth, transformation. So the moon has come up and it says, pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. You have got to trust. You've got to trust why they're bringing in these options. Okay, trust your intuition. Where is it taking you? What do you feel pulled to do? Trust why you're being pulled to do it. And from that, we've then got Phoenix. This is where the phoenix rises from the ashes because of the death, the scorpionic energies, bringing this whole cycle into completion with this new blue moon coming up. And it says, Phoenix, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Wow. Talk about rebirth coming with this transformation. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable how that's come up. So I'm just going to now do the other cards as well. I want to do the Titanic cards, see what other messages they have for us all. Okay, let's see what else they've got to tell us and what's coming up for us over this next few weeks ahead. The owl, nervous anticipation, okay, fears, alarms. Oh, he's jumped out. Right, Tower, surround someone, something from our past, okay, and it follows with the Scythe, separation, things moving out of our lives, energies that need to be departed from our lives, all right, severance. Right, let me put them all down now. It's a jumped out, okay. Oh. Blimey, okay. I hope you all saw them jump out. Right, guys, let me talk you through. So, the owl, the tower, and the Scythe. Nervous anticipation. You can feel instinctively something's coming to do with our twins, and there's this the severance, this change, sharp breaks. Things are happening now. There is a real sense of things changing, which you're anticipating. Okay, Scythe represents all about change, things breaking away, and that would be a lot to do with the darker energies as discussed, but it's also to do with things that have needed to change, all right, that we know we've needed to change, they needed to change, things have had to start now moving. Don't forget, guys, this new moon as well is all about manifestation, and it is imperative, despite, I don't care what is going on in the real world, right, be true to yourselves with what is really in your heart and what it is you want. Stop denying what is really within you and stop being so scared to hope for it. You're supposed to now be confident with regards to what is true to your heart and get it out there in the world of what it is you want to see, right? Get it out there, because now is the time to do so, I'm telling you. And if you don't take this opportunity now with all of these planets and these moons, I'm telling you, you're going to miss opportunities. Be true to yourselves, right? We've then got the man, the snake, and the garden. Now, man, masculine energy, right? The snake, untruth, deception. There's a lot of deception around them. They are not being true to themselves at all, which we know. And this is where they need to start acknowledging that. But there's also a lot that we don't know about, that they are going through or happening within their lives that is not honest. They are not living their truth either. And the garden, as we all know, is the meeting. It's the reunions that are coming towards us, okay? So when we see them as well, don't be, don't think for 1 second as well that it's not true what's going on behind the scenes, right? Have that open heart and open mind of what it is they're going to say to us as well, okay? We've then got the letters, the fox, and the heart. So the letters is all about the communication, and the fox is the manipulation around the situation. In some cases, you might have manipulated a situation. In other cases, they're trying to manipulate a situation, but they're trying now to communicate, right? But with the authority card like we had before, it's about taking the lead. It's about not allowing yourselves to not speak your truth. as much as they're trying very hard to not confront it themselves, you're not confronting yourselves. Live your truth, right? Fight through these energies of the darkness. Don't let that fear win. No, stand firm, because there's the love, right? And it's coming towards us, okay? So it's definite contact that was coming up here. There is definitely going to be communication. There is definitely going to be an unexpected meeting here with our loved ones. There is definitely a lot of things behind the scenes that is not being told to us, right? A lot of deception within their own relationships. There is a lot of changes that are going to be taking place. And it's all like giving us now opportunities here where we